So you go into teaching after graduation. I mean, where does like the sweets and the baking stuff come from then? Is that just something that was just like, did it with grandma and mum growing up and like we were always cooking something, or is it just a passion that's just developed through just time?
I think a lot of avenues. I think about it sometimes because I'm like, people are like, at what point did this happen? And I don't know that there was a specific point. I do remember in high school we got cable. Finally, I think for my entire until high school, we had one of those box TVs that you push the button that children these days don't even know what that is. We had one of those, and then we moved. We finally my dad was making an income.
Yeah, he's earning money now after 10 years of school. Yeah,
and we got cable. And we had the Food Network. And so I loved the Food Network. Okay. I enjoyed it so much. And so that kind of opened up. And I had grown up, my mom had this one, Better Homes and Garden cookbook. And I loved looking through that, and she cooked and was a really great cook. And I remember her making strawberry pie and things like that. And so I definitely had that from the family side. And then I kind of discovered the Food Network and cooking and baking and all of that. And then I discovered cookbooks and I would read those novels. I've always been a reader, loved to read. And so in high school, I think I started making things. In fact, I remember I wanted to make minestrone soup. Once in high school. I think I was a senior, and my parents were gone for the evening. It was just me and my brother, and I spent hours, chopped the carrots, did everything, hours, and it was finally finished, and I took a bite of it, and it was awful. It was horrible.
Sounds like my cooking experiences.
Yeah. I had added 3 tablespoons of salt.
Nice.
Because it said, I don't remember exactly. It said 3 tablespoons, and then underneath had salt and pepper. So the salt and pepper was just as needed, and the 3 tablespoons was something else.
Nice.
But I added it, and I just burst into tears.
I followed this thing to the letter.
I know.
Why is it not perfect?
I know. And my brother was so sweet. He was like, "No, it's good stuff. It's good." And he felt so bad.
That's a good younger brother, because my younger brother would be like, "No, this is very bad."
I think it was the tears.
Yeah.
Because we had our moments. We definitely did not always get along, but so that was probably my first really independent baking experience. It didn't go well. Yeah. But then in college, I did some living with friends. We all enjoyed baking. I got my first KitchenAid mixer in college.
Right.
But then after I graduated, married my college boyfriend, and we just, you're young, you're married, you don't have kids, and you have time to have people over.
Yeah.
And so we would have people over, and I just love making people happy, and seeing the joy on people's faces when they take a bite of something that's delicious that you've made.
Which is mostly dessert food, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, no
it's such a great feeling. And so started baking more. At the time, my husband worked for USA Softball. Okay. And I started making these oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah.
And so that just kind of became my thing.
Right.
We'd take them to work and things like that.